Pedro Pascal time, people. It's that time of the week again. And watch this video while you can, guys, because it's probably going to be taken down for a couple days for copyright while they review my dispute, because that is the theme of HBO content nowadays, which is fine. Usually HBO is actually pretty cool compared to other production companies when it comes to copyright on YouTube. Like, I've been struggling with copyright, and a lot of production companies just full on block the video, but at least HBO lets me keep it up even though they take every monetization cent. But they can have it. The show is good enough. I don't care if they take everything. I'm so excited to get into episode 3. It's called Long, Long Time. It's another longer episode, an hour 15, which usually is daunting to me, but with this show, I don't really care. I'm excited. So a couple things I want to talk about from the last episode, or just the last couple episodes, I guess, in general. First of all, I have seen a couple comments of people being like, it's not zombies, it's not zombies. I know, and I'm sorry. I think in the first reaction, I kind of compared them to zombies and said zombies before I fully caught on to the fact that we call them capital I infected, and that they're not really even comparable to zombies because they're real life alive people, whereas zombies are, you know, from the dead. So I understand the difference. I will not say the Z word again in these reactions, okay? I promise. And then also I want to address the whole kiss thing that occurred at the end of episode 2 between Tess and one of the infected. That was something that really threw me off, and I was trying to understand what was going on. And at the time when I watched that, I was like, it seemed to see her and look at her and go for her and initiate this, what felt like a romantic-ish kiss. And I realized in editing, actually, like, wait a minute, he saw her? Because that's the first thing. We found out in episode 2, I think, that the infected are blind, and they have those things over their eyes. But this particular infected that went up to Tess and kissed her with his little tendrils, he must have been newly infected because he had half of the stuff growing on his face, and you could still see one of his eyeballs. So I'm guessing that until that stuff grows on their face completely covering their eyes, they can still see it, and then when it gets covered, that's when they go blind. It's not like a boom boom, you become infected immediately you go blind, right? But also for the kiss itself, I saw a lot of comments talking about it, and it seems to me that the infected their main drive is to infect. They've been infected and they want to infect everyone that they can. That kiss where he was infecting, I guess, her with that kiss, with the tendrils coming out of his mouth and into hers. I think he was just trying to spread the infection. That's what I got from the comments that I read from you guys. You don't have to just be bitten, I believe, for it to be infected. You can also be kissed in that way. And that's going to infect you too, because ultimately what needs to happen is those things that are causing the infection just need to be inside of you somehow. I believe in this episode we're going to be introduced to 2 new characters, Bill and Frank. That's where Ellie and Joel are headed next. It was Tess's wish / idea that Joel bring Ellie to Bill and Frank because I guess they're going to be able to help us somehow. I don't really know what their situation is yet. I'm guessing I'm going to be filled in this episode, so I'm really excited to get into it, meet new characters, see how the plot's going to move along. I do have a Patreon that's linked below if you guys would like to support me and my channel. I do different types of bonus content over there, but if you are not interested in that, then let's just get into the reaction here on YouTube. I just did a bonus reaction to a movie over on Patreon, and because I knew that I was filming it only for Patreon, I kind of kicked back in my chair a bit. I felt like I didn't have to follow the rules that I've set for myself as much when it's just for Patreon, and then I feel like more straight-laced on YouTube. But anyways, in this extra reaction, I kicked back. I put my feet up, and I kind of want to do that again, so excuse me for a moment. I hope this isn't annoying. I just shook the camera. Oops. Oh god. Alright guys, I have kicked back. Might stay like this for a bit as we get into the show. I also got my notebook. Don't you worry. Go ahead and make fun of me for me making my little notes. Oh, it's giving Blair Witch. Didn't they make rock piles in that? Or the ghost did? I don't know why Joel is. Okay. We are officially out of Boston.
Nobody made you go along with this plan. You needed a truck battery or whatever, and you made a choice. So don't blame me for something that isn't my fault.
She's got points. And I like that he really listened to that and is like, okay, I get it. I got you. Guys, my camera just randomly stopped recording. Don't ask me why. I swear every possible technical difficulty that could happen to a person, it happens to me. It always happens to me. So I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't stop recording on me again.
You ever play this one? I had a friend who knew everything about this game.
It's just like so depressing when she gets like this, to see her like this, to see her like a kid, basically. Because it is just a reminder that she's just a kid and she doesn't really get to act it anymore because of everything that's happened and is happening to her. Interesting. Yeah, I'd go for it. Open that up. What's in there? Or you can just crawl right in. Oh, thank God she's got a flashlight. I thought she was just about to get right on in there. Nothing can go unexplored when it comes to little Ellie.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, sweet. I bet those are hard to come by. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ellie, why do you walk toward these things? This is another one where it's only half, and like its face only has half of it covered. Oh. Well, that is, I think, the first time we've seen Ellie use her knife. I have a feeling it won't be the last.
Picked over my ass.
She's not gonna mention that she just killed an infected down in the little bunker.
How did it even start? If you have to get bit to be infected, then who bit the first person?
Cordyceps mutated. Some of it got into the food supply. Probably a basic ingredient like flour or sugar.
I saw a couple comments about this as well, that it was like in yeast or something.
It makes more sense than monkeys. Thanks.
That's cute.
Sure.
I love that she thanked him for explaining it to her. That's so cute. Now I'm hoping he'll keep, you know, opening up and talking to her and not giving back like little comebacks whenever she asks questions. Because see, she appreciates it when he really gives her answers. Somber music, what is it? Oh, wow.
Told you were going to a QZ, and you were. If there was room. If there wasn't.
Oh my god. Oh my god, not another flashback. I don't want to see this go down. Please, and all these people think they're being helped. Is this either Bill or Frank that we're seeing? I'm guessing Bill, because of the comment that Joel made earlier about Frank being the nice one. That's so eerie, it being so empty like that. Man, this guy's got it all figured out. I don't know what he's doing, but I know that he does. 4 years later. Interesting. He's still got his same routine. That's gotta be the other guy. This is how they met. He's gonna be like, whoa, 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 don't shoot, man, don't shoot.
I'm not infected. Are you armed? No. Why did you take that long to answer? I don't know. We started with 10. But yeah, I'm alone. From where? Baltimore QZ.
And then they were besties.
How'd you get that?
Oh, he's got his own little thing. Wow. And he's gonna freak out when he does that to Ellie when he meets her.
If I feed you, then every bum you talk to about it is gonna show up here looking for a free lunch. And this is not an Arby's.
Well, Arby's didn't have free lunch. It was a restaurant.
Yeah, you could start charging.
I left some clothes here for you.
Thank you. Almost done. This is amazing.
Yeah, wow, hot water. That's wild. Must be an exciting thing in these times. Also, I don't want to get too excited, but if it's just the two of them, can we get a little romance injected in the show with these guys? Can we? Grumpy Sunshine trope? Ooh, he's breaking out the wine. If I was in Frank's situation and I was fed that plate of food, I'd stay too. I'd fold. That's it.
So I
Guess I'll be going then.
No, you won't.
Is it antique?
1948.
Wow. You know how much these are worth?
Currently nothing.
Right?
No, sir. No, thank you. Sorry. Not this song. Not this song.
Was he that bad? Get on there, Bill. Let me hear it.
And then I'll leave.
He's so stiff. Like he's so uncomfortable with social interaction. I imagine, you know, because he hasn't had any in 4 years.
'Cause I've done everything I know to try and make you mine for a long, long time.
That was beautiful.
So, who's the girl? Girl you're singing about?
There is no girl.
I know.
The romance I needed. Oh, imagine a kiss after 4 years. Maybe longer. The tears on his face from the song and the moment.
What's your name? Go take a shower, Bill.
Imagine feeling that intimacy with someone and being like, okay, I might actually have someone to stick by me through this hell on earth.
Have you ever done this before? Not with anyone?
With a girl a long time ago.
So, I'm gonna start with the simple things.
All right, now I'm getting nervous with how much we're getting to see of them and their relationship, because now if they kill one of them off, I'm too invested. And I think that's the point of all this. They're getting me too invested now. Like, they're gonna hurt me.
Fuck you! Come on!
Ooh.
Hey!
Ooh. Ooh.
You stop? Do I ask for things? Ever? Our home isn't just our house, it's everything around us!
Uh-oh.
Give me a fucking break.
I am asking for some paint and some gasoline for the lawnmower, that's all.
They really got their own little bubble going on here. Like, people are dying from the infected. And he's like, Bill, I just need some paint. Otherwise, I'm gonna go crazy. I do get it. I do get it. If you have the chance to make your home a home, why wouldn't you want to?
We don't have friends.
Where, yeah, are you just gonna
We will
conjure them
never,
up?
because there are no friends to be had.
Right. Where
I've
are
actually
they?
been talking to a nice woman on the radio.
What? Tess!
Let's go inside. Tess, I want to show you something.
The piano.
Not inside.
Thank you.
Frank! Frank! I don't need you or your friend complicating our lives. Is that clear?
Bill is gonna be so annoyed about the Ellie situation. He's gonna want nothing to do with it. He's like, let me live in my bubble. Everyone just leave me alone.
Sooner or later, there'll be raiders.
Hmm.
They'll beat that fence and your tripwires.
We'll be fine.
Oh, another 3-year jump. I like how we're getting all of these mini jumps.
Pick it up.
I can't.
Same.
Just
Oh
one
my
more
god.
loop around.
Did he make a garden?
Oh.
Strawberries. Oh my god, I bet that would taste so good. I get it. I feel like I'd cry too if I went that long without a strawberry or fruit of any kind, you know?
I was never afraid before you showed up.
Stop! Now he has something to lose. If one of them dies, like, if one of them has to die, I hope they both die in one swoop, because I don't want to see one without the other. Oh, here come the raiders. Oh, Jesus. What the? Oh my god.
Bill! Bill! Get inside!
We gotta get you inside.
Ah, these injuries are so much scarier during an apocalypse too, because you don't have a hospital around to help you in this situation. Like, now what? Obviously we know he's fine, because they're both still around in 23.
You can't be here alone.
I'm not alone.
Yeah, no,
You're
Bill,
here.
you're not dying. Stop. Don't fade to black right now.
It's getting cold.
Oh, now he's paralyzed or what? He's in a wheelchair now? Whoa,
Okay.
that's Frank in the wheelchair. What happened to Frank? Oh man, it looks like the last 10 years really kicked the crap out of them. Both of them. No, it kills me that they really like water flowers and take care of their little house to feel like a semblance of normalcy. Also, where are they getting these pills? They must be from Joel. Does Joel get meds to him? Seeing these little moments, what life looks like for them now, is really hitting me in the feels.
Took most of the night. I'm exhausted.
To get in that wheelchair by himself. Frank, you got nothing to prove.
Back in
I
bed.
promise you I'm gonna stay up.
Why?
Because this is my last day.
What?
There wasn't anything to cure this before the world fell apart. I've made up my mind.
You can't leave Bill alone.
Bill.
Stop. What is this episode?
Starting now, make me some toast, then take me to the boutique where I'll pick outfits for us. You'll wear what I ask, and you'll cook a delicious dinner. Then you will crush all of these up, put them in my wine. I will drink it. Then you will take me by my hand, bring me to our bed, and I will fall asleep in your arms.
Oh.
I can't.
Do you love me?
Yes.
Oh man. I just realized I can zoom in so I don't look so far back. You know, so you can really see these tears in high definition. Shut up. No. What if I'm like thinking that Bill and Frank are okay because they kept talking to them, but this is the present now, right now. This is 2023, but I keep thinking that they're both okay because Tess keeps telling Joel to go to them. But what if Joel doesn't know that Frank is dead? And then him and Ellie are going to show up and it's just going to be Bill there. Like, I'm hoping. Let me just use the ends of my hair to wipe my tears. I knew these pigtails were a good choice. Please let this be the day, right, that Ellie and Joel show up and tell them that they need Frank so that he doesn't go through with this. Is this the same meal? Is that the same meal that he made for him when they first met, that very first night? With the same... Stop.
Will it be enough?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Why are there already pills in the bottle?
Enough to kill a horse. I'm satisfied. And you were my purpose.
I do not support this. I should be furious. But from an objective point of view,
Kind of romantic.
it's incredibly romantic.
I'm messed up in the head too, Frank. Stop. So Joel and Ellie are gonna show up and they're both just gonna be...
August 29, 2023. If you find this, please do not come into the bedroom. We left the window open so the house wouldn't smell. It would probably be a sight. I'm guessing you found this, Joel, because anyone else would have been electrocuted or blown up by one of my traps. The bunker code is the same as the gate code, but in reverse. I never liked you, but still, it's like we're friends. Almost. So I'm gonna tell you something because you're probably the only person who will understand. I used to hate the world and I was happy when everyone died.
Jesus.
But I was wrong because there was one person worth saving. I saved him. Then I protected him. That's why men like you and me are here. We have a job to do. I leave you all of my weapons and equipment. Use them to keep...
Tess. Don't cry. Do not cry, because I cannot.
I have a brother out in Wyoming. He's in some kind of trouble, and I'm heading out there to find him. He used to be a firefly. And my guess is he knows where some of them are out there. Maybe they can get you to wherever this lab is.
Listen, about Tess.
If I'm taking you with me, there's some rules you gotta follow.
Don't talk about
Rule
her.
1, you don't bring up Tess, ever. Matter of fact, we can just keep our histories to ourselves. Rule 2, you don't tell anyone about your condition. Rule 3, you do what I say when I say it.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was a genius.
Yeah, and I'm sure he was called crazy before everything went down. Am I surprised? Girl, you cannot sneak.
It's your first time in a car?
It's like a spaceship.
No, it's like a piece of shit Chevy S10, but it'll get us there. Oh, leave it. Leave it. Oh, this is good. This is Linda Ronstadt. Do you know who Linda Ronstadt is?
No, I don't know who Linda Ronstadt is.
Their song. I don't think the episodes can get more traumatizing than that. What was that? What was that? What am I supposed to say after that? Like, I really went into this as the story picked up in this episode. I really was like, oh wow, this is so cute. We get to see Bill and Joel's little love story before we meet them here in 2023 with Joel and Ellie. Just kidding. We get to see their death story too. I will say that I am happy. I think I said it at one point that if one of them was to die, which I did not at all think it would be in this same episode. Again, I thought, why would I think that they would last? Tess didn't. They don't. I'm sure when we meet Tommy, he's gonna die within 24 hours by the end of the episode. I'm done thinking that people are gonna live. Everyone's gonna die, okay? Joel might die next episode. And then Ellie, and then we might just have like a screen of infected for the following 5 episodes. I don't know. But I did say that if one of them, Bill or Frank, were to die, I didn't want to see the other survive, because that would just be too depressing. Be careful what you wish for, because I guess I got what I wanted. My only real question here is one that was on my mind throughout the entire episode, which is, what did this whole sequence look like in the games? Are you playing as Joel through the whole thing? I don't even know if you get to play as Ellie at points, but this whole episode was this whole backstory of Bill and Frank. So like, were you playing as Bill/Frank when you learned their love story? And also, I imagine in a video game, I know that this video game is like narrative. It's a narrative game. So you do get like scenes where you're just watching it like it's a movie, right? And you're not playing and controlling everything 24/7. But I imagine when you are controlling it, there's a lot more action than what we saw in this episode, because a lot of this episode was really like character relationship building between the two. Like, did you get to do that in the game? Like, I'm curious about how much more fleshed out their relationship and connection is here opposed to the video game, because like, I can't imagine a video game being able to portray everything in the way that this episode did, and I'm just really curious about the comparison there. So let me know what the Bill and Frank experience was for game players. Let me know if you're a game player or just like a fan of the game. how you feel about how they did it and portrayed it in the show, because I felt very, very effective. It was very, very emotional. I cared about, that's crazy that I met these characters, got to know them, got to know their relationship, and then by the end of it, when they were dying, like, I was torn up about it, even though I just met them like an hour ago. So I just want to say that I feel like this episode was really well done, and the story of Bill and Frank was really, really, really well done. And I would love to, I can't imagine someone else in my shoes who like didn't see any of this coming and doesn't know what's going to happen. I can't imagine that you could disagree. Like, this was an amazing episode, even though I also hated it because it was just like rude to me. Like, it really hurt. But I'm even more curious for a game player or a fan of the game's perspective. I just want to hear what you have to say about how Bill and Frank were translated onto screen in this way, because I just can't imagine how it was in the game. I don't know. So this is great. We show up at the Boston safe house to deliver Ellie to these people that, you know, Marlene wants us to give her to. They're all dead. Tess dies. She says, go to Bill and Frank. We go to Bill and Frank's. They're dead. Is Tommy even going to be alive by the time we get to him in Wyoming? Is he even still in Wyoming? Like, why hasn't he been answering Joel for 3 weeks now? You know, that's a problem. He's probably not even in Wyoming if he's still alive. He must still be alive, because no, I don't want to say I have hope, because, you know, these last 2 episodes have really stomped it out of me. But just from a storytelling perspective, like, we can't have Tommy be dead too. It just can't. I'm not going to allow it. So I also can't imagine that driving out to Wyoming is going to be easy peasy. But I'm nervous about what we're going to come across along the way. We know that we have raiders to be worried about. We learned kind of about that whole scene that is prevalent in this world in this episode. They've been around a long time. They come in groups and they just, you know, raid everything, or try to, you know. Bill wouldn't let them. Go Bill. But I'm nervous now that we got introduced to this idea of like these packs of raiders along with packs of infected, because we're gonna have them to deal with too. So I'm trying to think of what conflict could go down between us driving from here to Wyoming, and they're definitely a possibility. Obviously more infected is always a possibility. I wonder if we need to get back in contact with Marlene again. Like, where's Marlene gonna show up back in the show at some point, because she's probably gonna want to know what's going on, and that Ellie is safe and where she needs to be, out with like the doctors in the West. So I wonder if she's gonna track them down and come out there, because we haven't been in communication with her to let her know what's been going on. So she might pop up, but I don't think she's gonna pop up until they're out west. They make it out there. So yeah, I'm curious to see if this next episode is gonna be them making it out to Wyoming and then picking it straight up from there, or if it's gonna be kind of like the whole journey that it takes to get to Wyoming. They could go one of 2 ways. It depends on how easy the little road trip goes. This was a beautiful episode. It made me cry pretty hard. I feel like I can cry pretty easy when it comes to movies and stuff, but usually it's like watery eyes, maybe a couple tears. But no, this one hit me really hard. The tears were streaming. I was tasting them. I'm scared, because, you know, I feel like this show is really, after this episode, it's really established that it's not afraid to kill anyone off at any time. I have to have my faith in Joel and Ellie, because they're our main. They are for sure our main. I said that Tess was our main, but I didn't realize, you know, I'm pretty sure that Joel and Ellie are our actual mains, and I can have faith that they will survive. At least until the end of the season. Alright, I'm done. I need to watch some cartoons after this. I'll see you guys next time.